I thought I was getting engaged this weekend and now I feel sad and gross. I'm going to say up front I don't deal with disappointment easily. Never have. Not since I was little. It's the one emotion that just completely floods out rational thought and control from my mind. I always end up crying no matter how hard I try to fight it. That being said, this weekend was my 27th four-year anniversary with my boyfriend, 27M. We live together, both have well-paying jobs and are very open about our future together. We talk about marriage a lot. This isn't something we're weird about, and he's even told me he's had a ring picked out for over a year. We also travel quite a bit, but I am usually the planner, so when he came to me a few months ago and told me he had booked us a trip to upstate New York for our anniversary, I was genuinely surprised. I didn't want to get ahead of myself, but the timing felt right and I thought, hey, maybe it's time, maybe we're going to actually get engaged. I had even had a few friends tell me unprompted they thought he was going to propose when I told them what my weekend plans were. To add on to it, he also told me his family would be flying across country to visit us the weekend after we got back. It all felt a little too perfect and I was basically convinced this was going to happen. He had even made a comment about needing to pay down his credit card, implying he made a large purchase. I know I was probably fully into confirmation bias at this point, but I couldn't help myself. So the weekend comes and he's being extra nice to me. Holding my hand everywhere, overly complimenting me everything. Today he had this hike mapped out to this scenic overlook and everything. I was ready. Ready for absolutely nothing apparently, because nothing happened. We had this whole gorgeous lookout to ourselves. Stayed a whole 5 minutes then left. I was pretty quiet on the way back, but I thought, hey, maybe he's trying to throw me off the trail or something. We go out to grab lunch and I ask him if he had anything else planned for the weekend. Nope, that was the only thing I had planned today, unless you want to do anything. I finally tell him I feel pretty silly because it's our last day and I thought he was going to propose. He laughed and said he thought I might think that, and even said his mom had told him she thought that's what was going on, and he told her no, that definitely isn't happening. I don't think he meant it to come off as mean, but in that moment I all of a sudden felt really stupid. Like I had come across as desperate or needy for the first time in our relationship. I had never before pressured or made any implication I was expecting a proposal on a timeline, and now I felt really stupid and small for even mentioning it. He tried to move the conversation along, and as he was talking, another group of people our age sat at the table next to us and started discussing how one of the couples just got engaged. He gave me a yikes face, thinking I would find the situation funny, but I couldn't help it. I just started silently crying right there in the restaurant. It was like the emotional high to low caught up with me all at once and I couldn't help it. I hate being emotionally demonstrative, especially in public, so we quickly left and went back to the hotel. When we got back I just started sobbing. Big chest hyperventilating sobs. I felt like I had broken something I couldn't fix. That by telling him I was expecting a proposal I now erased the possibility of a genuine organic one. I had ruined that for myself. He was very apologetic for not understanding the optics of the situation and said he would have if he had a ring. And he felt dumb looking back on how he set things up to look one way. I cleaned myself up and told him I was more upset and embarrassed with myself. I never wanted to be the type of person that forces someone into an engagement. I put in a brave face and tried to be upbeat the rest of the day, but as the day wore on, that hole of disappointment kept opening in my chest. I felt gross and small and found it difficult to think about anything else. I could barely talk to or look at him because I felt I ruined this weekend he planned by making something out of nothing. I just went back and quietly laid down in the hotel room. I just want to sink into myself right now. It's not even like I can get time alone to just be sad because we live together. I don't really have anyone to talk to about this, so I thought I'd put it here. Feels really inconsequential in the grand scheme of things, but just wanted to get it off my chest.